Hello everyone, my name is Corps and welcome back to another video where today I'm going to be discussing one of the most discussed topics within the Total Drama and Disventure Camp community. As to what that question might be, you may ask? Well, I mean, you looked at the title, didn't you? That's right. Is Disventure Camp a ripoff of Total Drama? The answer is very simple, pretty open and closed if I do say so myself. No. No, it's not. If the answer is a pretty quick and simple no, then why is this easily one of the most discussed topics within the Total Drama community? Well then how about let's dive into it firsthand and ask the question ourselves. Is Disventure Camp a Total Drama ripoff? However, before we do get into this video, I just want to say a few quick things. This video is not meant to spark as hate to Terry McGurran or Fresh TV, nor is it to spur negative attention towards Odd Nation cartoons. I'm simply covering a story and wish to share my own thoughts and opinions on the topic. Harassment towards any of the parties involved is absolutely unacceptable and will not be tolerated. Also, before we do get into the proper meat of this video, I now want to announce that I have opened up a Patreon. That's right, if you want access to my videos early, my art early, works and progresses of my art and videos, as well as verbal shoutouts in my YouTube videos and Instagram posts, all of this and even more rewards for higher tiers starting at just $1 a month. Only $1 and you'll be helping support an indie content creator who's just wanting to share their love and creativity. Starting from just $1 a month, that is $12 a year. For more information on more tiers and rewards, please click on the link in the description below. Now with that being said, let's get back to the rest of the video. On the 4th of March 2024, Jared, one of Disventure Camp's showrunners, made a Twitter thread discussing the allegations of Disventure Camp being a Total Drama ripoff. I'm going to read off this whole thread because I honestly think that Jared did an amazing job just perfectly summarizing this whole situation. And I do think that he is entirely in the right with this one. The tweet reads, "I don't usually talk about Total Drama here, but with the sudden controversy that arose, there are some things I would like to mention. Alert, brace yourselves because this will be long. 15 years ago, Rob and I met thanks to Total Drama and Survivor, something that helped us connect and that we are truly passionate about. We weren't even in the same country, but by early 2021, we were both living in Mexico and we wanted to practice animation. So we decided to make a pilot episode of a project based on Total Drama, solely for the purpose of practice, and not for it to become a real project. However, it received a lot of support, so we decided to continue it. That project is now known as the beta version of Disventure Camp. It wasn't easy. We did everything between Rob and me for 6 months, spending all of our savings on it. Many of the assets used in Disventure Camp came from there. We didn't save budget by taking elements from Total Drama because there was no budget. It was simply a practice in which we spent the savings we had from the previous year. Once the beta was finished, we received a notification from YouTube. Fresh TV filed a claim, and all of our videos were taken down from the Odd Nation's channel. Beyond whether it was morally correct or not to do that, they were within their rights. For us, it was just practice and not a business. So like many in this community, we used assets and even characters that were not legally our property, Chris and Chef. In 2022, Rob and I decided to continue with the second season, learning from what happened and removing any characters or elements owned by Fresh TV. After finishing episode 4, we received an email from Fresh TV's lawyers with a cease and desist letter, which you can see here. For those who don't know what a cease and desist letter is, it's a document sent by one party, often a business, to warn another party that they believe the other party is committing an unlawful act, such as copyright infringement, and that they will take legal action if the other party continues the alleged unlawful activity. Once again, Disventure Camp was on the verge of being cancelled, but we decided to inform ourselves about international copyright laws, which led us to the following conclusions. 1. Disventure Camp as an idea is based on reality shows. Its format is mainly based on Survivor. In case you didn't know, Total Drama is also based on Survivor. The format is almost the same. A reality show who has challenges and each episode the losing team votes off someone out. 2. Art styles cannot be subject to copyright. Under the legislation of any country, not even a big company like Disney has managed to own art styles. 3. After some legal advice, we decided to register Disventure Camp and its characters. The registration was successful, and now the project legally belongs to us. We responded to Fresh TV's lawyers without defense. They accepted the facts and decided to leave Disventure Camp alone as long as we never mentioned Total Drama and delete comments mentioning it. The season continued, but with major budget problems. Rob and I couldn't dedicate full time to the project, and we received help from some volunteers. During season 2, the series was internally cancelled several times because there was no time or budget. With little time to work on it and without getting any compensation other than the satisfaction of completing the project, many assets were made based on Total Drama with similar shapes, with slight changes in shape and color to avoid copyright. Towards the end of the season, Disventure Camp started to become popular. Views, YouTube revenue, and Patreon increased significantly. For the last episode of DC2, Rob and I were able to leave our jobs to dedicate ourselves full-time to the series. Also again, if you guys are watching this, a big congratulations for over 200,000 subscribers. 2023 arrived and we wondered, now what? We finally had the time to do what we loved, and we finally had a small budget to rely on. We decided to remake the beta, the 2021 season that was taken down by Fresh TV, with a very noticeable change in art style details and mainly format. From this season onwards, Disventure Camp feels closer to Survivor than Total Drama. We added new challenges based on challenges from these two shows mentioned above. During the season, Disventure Camp has only grown, which has led us to hire 2 people to help with the animation. Disventure Camp All-Stars started with a slightly higher budget. Little by little, we have added people to our team to the point that today there are 8 people working full-time and another 3 part-time on the show, plus a group of 4 volunteers on the writing team and more than 50 on the voice acting team. Disventure Camp is not making large amounts of money, it simply invests all the funds in the creation of the series to increase the quality while covering the basic needs of its workers. The more budget we have, the more we've deviated in Total Drama in terms of challenges and assets. 2 months ago, we hired a talented background artist who is creating elements for future seasons from scratch, only with the style reference. I'll show you a little bit what's being done. Also, can I just say that these backgrounds look absolutely amazing? Absolutely stunning. There's nothing wrong with basing a series on another style. Everyone does it. When Todd Kuferman made the characters for Total Drama Island, it was because he was asked to make characters based on Clone High, a series that is not owned by Fresh TV. Several Total Drama backgrounds seem very inspired by the Powerpuff Girls art style. All this is fine and normal. Total Drama has gradually evolved in its visual style, just as Disventure Camp does and will continue to do so. The same goes for ideas and challenges. Disventure Camp takes inspiration from Survivor and Total Drama for many of them, just as Total Drama takes inspiration from other shows to create its own. Are there assets from Disventure Camp that were based on others from Total Drama and slightly changed? Yes, not to save budget, but because there was no budget at the time. It was the option we had. Look at these numbers. A production like Total Drama has between $250k USD and $400k USD budget per episode, while Disventure Camp manages with a budget of only $4,000 USD per episode, which is almost 1,000 times less. $4,000 per episode, that is barely anything, and yet they look absolutely amazing. What the hell? It would be a mistake for Fresh TV to try and cancel Disventure Camp for a 3rd time. Not only because it looks unfair publicly for a big company to attack a small YouTube channel, but also because it would be a long process for them and with a great chance that things don't go in their favor. Having said that, everyone has their own opinion, and it's valid. We can disagree without attacking each other. Please do not attack Terry, although the assertion that something should be done against Disventure Camp seems unfair to me. He doesn't have all this context, and I don't think he fully even knows what Disventure Camp is. Disventure Camp is making the dreams of children, not only mine and Rob's, but also of dozens of artists and voice actors. We're not going to let that fade away, and we'll fight to the end to keep Disventure Camp from being cancelled. We have plans for a 4th season. I can't say much now, but it will be in a new location with several format adjustments. If the budget continues to grow, this will be the best time for Disventure Camp's style to continue evolving. Taking only ideas for the style without the references being obvious, I'm certain that a bright future awaits Disventure Camp and Odd Nation cartoons. Thank you all for your support and for reading this. And I gotta say, personally, after reading that thread, I 100% think that Odd Nation cartoons is in the right. Art style theft is not a thing, and Total Drama was originally a parody of Survivor. If you actually took the time to watch both of these shows individually, you'd know just how different they are just from their tone alone. While the first few seasons of Total Drama are aimed towards a teenager audience, as the show continued, the more it began to deviate towards a younger preteen audience. Whereas Disventure Camp has a very serious tone unlike Total Drama. Each character has their own individual backstory, their own motives. In Total Drama, strategizing is something that only the villain seems to do and is portrayed as villainous. Meanwhile, almost every character in Disventure Camp treats the game seriously. Everyone is strategizing, everyone's making alliances, everyone is thinking of the game. While Total Drama and Disventure Camp may have similar art styles and may both be parodies of Survivor, They are two completely different shows within their tones and writing styles. And I honestly agree with Odd Nation Cartoons. I don't think it's fair for Terry McGurran to be attacking a small studio like this. But again, that's just our opinion at the end of the day. What do you guys think? Leave me a comment telling you your thoughts about the situation, and don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. It really helps out me and the channel a lot. And before I go, I just want to give a very quick thank you to my one and only Patreon as of now. Pip is the second coolest. If you want to join Pip and join the lowest tier at just $1 a month, then please don't forget to check out my Patreon in the description of this video. Any and all support is appreciated, and I hope you all have a damn good day. Bye bye!